Greetings YouTube, welcome once again to 0AD Newbie Rush. I'm Jim Cogan. I got some more 1v1 action for you. Now, I know nothing about this game. I am flying blind here. I don't know the result. I don't know how it went down. What I can tell you is we have a normal size mainland map. It looks like a random biome draw, and I think that's Alpine with the look of the trees. And we have something of a Celtic derby. It is Britons versus Gauls in the north of the map, playing as the Britons in the green. We have Weird Jokes, good friend of the channel, rating of 1477, decent player from what we've seen before. Good to see Weird Jokes again. And in the south, playing as we said as the Gauls in the yellow, we have Phelong Bay, rated 1198, supposedly the newer, less experienced player on paper, but this means nothing in 0AD Newbie Rush. Could be that Phelong Bay has only played a handful of rated games and as a result could have a low rating. Now we saw briefly, as is sort of customary with the Britons, the attack dog go off somewhere. I've now lost them on the map. That's the trouble with playing in green. Let's see where that attack dog has got to. There he is. He is doing a wide scouting arc. And I think this is this going to be an intimidation or a scouting mission? I think it's going to be a bit of both. It's just sort of scouting around. The dog is not the most effective for scouting because it has such a tiny field of view. Now we know where the dog is. The dog's somewhere in the middle. Will it arc down and attack the Gauls early on? You could sometimes get a few cheap kills. I've lost the dog again already. There it is. Let's see how the players are shaping up. Weird Jokes in the Britons. Bit of idle time there. All female citizens, 10 of them on the berries, and we don't have the berry upgrade. We've got another 9 female citizens over there and some infantry chopping wood. No upgrades on that at the moment. Some houses being built by another female citizen there. Population wise, early lead for Weird Jokes. Weird Jokes has gone into a lead of 10. It's 34, plays 25, so it's just got to 9 now. Production wise, look at this. Weird Jokes is outproducing Phelong Bay 5-1. So there is going to be an advantage with Weird Jokes if that is maintained. Phelong Bay has got 14 female citizens on the berries. I think that is too many, and the berry upgrade, so they're going to destroy those in seconds, hopefully go straight on to farming. Is there much hunt around? There is shed loads of hunt around just beyond the base there for Phelong Bay, so that's pretty good. Where has the attack dog got to? Attack dog has done this kind of snaking, looping arch over here. Has done a good bit of scouting, but it is a scouting mission at the moment. It's not an attack, so both able to develop relatively unfettered early on in the game. We're only 3 minutes and 20 seconds in. That lead is maintained. It's still about 10, 42 to Weird Jokes, 32 to Phelong Bay. Nothing in it in terms of infantry. In fact, Phelong Bay's got 1 extra infantryman, so it's 4 plays 5, and they've both got 1 cavalryman apiece. Let's see. I'm convinced that this attack dog is going to pull something. It's done a complete loop around, is now back in the middle of the base. Huge and sort of explored territory here, so that's a big gap in vision for Weird Jokes. Phelong Bay has done no scouting whatsoever, and I think that could be a mistake as well. And we have an idle horseman, so is Phelong Bay a bit of a noob? There is hunt available. You do not want to leave your cavalrymen stood around not doing anything. Phelong Bay doesn't know where the hunt is. You see what they could see. They haven't discovered this over here. They're probably going to find some of the hunt here, although they're going in the wrong direction. Now they're arcing towards them, so looking for hunt all the time, not finding them. So that's just standing stationary in the middle of the map. The odds of that being an early warning system are tiny. You know, you're going in a straight line. You want to be covering as much of the territory in your end as possible to see what there is. Population gap has narrowed a little. It's 48 plays 45 in favour of Weird Jokes. Still seems to be more coming out of the CC of Weird Jokes than there is for Feelong Bay. So Feelong Bay has worked out where the enemy's base is, but I mean, you could have guessed that, straight vertical. And is this really any advantage? Hasn't found any of the local food and is probably going to get shot at. Is this an attempt at a raid? There's 18 female citizens in there. He's not got any kills, so this is time when he could be building his infrastructure. Weird Jokes has gone into farming. He's got the first farming upgrade, I believe. Has got 4 fields down, but only 3 of them are pop. Oh no, there are people farming on that one. Just close to the edge there. Only 2 people on that one, and the others are fully populated. Contrast with Feelong Bay, who's got an extra field up. That's 5 fields, and they are, yeah, they are, well, not quite, so not full quotas being employed there, even though they have got the female citizens. More farms coming down. Population gap is still there. It's 59 plays 52. Both players have pop capped themselves at this point. We can see the flashy numbers. Weird Jokes has unpop capped himself, but Feelong Bay still pop capped at this point. There's houses going down now, but that has allowed Weird Jokes to open up the gap again. Let's just see where the attack dog is now. Attack dog is still going. Oh no, that's a horse. Don't know where the attack dog is. Looks like he's been withdrawn from it, and is Weird Jokes is scouting with their horse. So Weird Jokes just has so much knowledge of the layout, so much more than Feelong Bay. Feelong Bay's horse has basically scouted the middle and come back, but are they hunting now? Where is Feelong? Feelong Bay's horse is sat inside the CC. You must now be aware there is hunt available, but is not taking it. It's not made any other sort of cav units to go hunt. It's got a barracks down, nothing coming out of it. Female citizens one at a time coming out of the CC. So against a player like Weird Jokes who knows how to build a population, that I think is a bit of a disaster. Feelong Bay is going to phase 2 quite early. Well, not too early. Yeah, it is too early. His population is 60. Weird Jokes not doing the same. He is going for population totally. We are 7 minutes in. Population of 81 for Weird Jokes. This could be a walkover if it carries on like this. So, good established wood lines. This one's about to run out, but there's another on the go here. Farming, they haven't massively gone in for it. We've got berries at the back that are still being exploited. So I would say currently the advantage is squarely with Weird Jokes, not just population wise, but the setup. Infantry as well, 32 plays 15. So Weird Jokes could at any point come down and assert some dominance and be pretty lethal. The single cavalryman of Feelong Bay still inside the CC, not being put to any use at all. So we're seeing a few what I would call newbie errors here. It's not good management of your resources and your troops. Weird Jokes got a second barracks going down that will increase production levels again, producing from everything. Has temporarily housed himself again. So that's not so good. House has gone up now. Actually, it's the barracks that's taken it up, but straight away running to the pop limit. Houses being planned hastily here and here. And production from all 3 sites in progress. We have a watchtower. No, what's that? Sentry tower. 2 sentry towers, so they can be turned into defense towers as soon as he phases up. Feelong Bay has reached phase 2. No rush at all for Weird Jokes. Anything that Feelong Bay, if Feelong Bay decided to attack now, it would be a massacre. They would not get anywhere. So Weird Jokes can actually take his time. The horse is out of the CC and is now stood again doing nothing, despite the fact there's hunt here. There's lots of hunt over here. Feline Bay is basically storing up disadvantage for the future. So I cannot see this going any other way than a pretty comprehensive Weird Jokes victory at this stage. They have phased up fast. There are phase 2 buildings going down now, which could be interesting. We have got 2 barracks. Production wise, still in Weird Jokes' favour. There seems to be more coming out of Weird Jokes' barracks setup there. Populations, there's not too much in it, to be honest. It's still over 10. It's closing in on 20. That would be more than you'd want, really. So it's 113 population for Weird Jokes plays. Was it? Hang on, 96 for Feline Bay, 97. 62 infantry for Weird Jokes plays, 43. I'm still not liking Feline Bay's position at all. What have they got in terms of resources? They are now onto mining. They are slowly getting the infrastructure upgrades. Got the they've got the first farming upgrade. I haven't got the second one. Infrastructure upgrades that you would expect being taken by Weird Jokes and producing in triplicate from, oh no, not producing with the CC. It's churning stuff out from the barracks here, and now from the CC. So for every 3 troops that he makes, there'll be 1 coming out of each one. There's probably going on to both mining and another going on to wood. Bit worried about this farming setup. How many fields have we got? Well, we got an extra one at the back, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fields. That ought to be enough for Weird Jokes. So what have we got here? We've got a similar number. Deep wood line, lots of female citizens. Not got the infantry. That population gap has widened again to 123 to 117 in favour of Weird Jokes, and 72 infantry plays 51, still just the 1 cavalryman each. What is Weird Jokes doing with his cavalrymen? Are they hunting or scouting? Let's see if they are still scouting. They are still scouting, so this whole time, or they were, they've stopped over here having seen a good, what would you say, 4/5 of the map. They're now keeping an eye out on this side. They're not really being put to much use either. They're on the move again now. And we have a phasing up. Weird Jokes has got to phase 2. Taking him 12 minutes, population of 129. Feline Bay has actually levelled up the populations and gone slightly into the lead. 131. They must have pushed out a load of female citizens somewhere, because they don't have the infantry. It's still 78 infantry for Weird Jokes, play 61. I think that might have been, it's a whole load of women. They're being produced one at a time, and only produced individually from the barracks. I'm not understanding this at all. This is an exceptionally inefficient way to produce troops en masse. I mean, it seems to have worked. He's kept pace with Weird Jokes, but I can't understand why you would have a backlog from the CC instead of spreading them amongst your unit producing buildings. Very strange indeed. Any phase 2 buildings? Well, I know we've seen we've got a blacksmith, but no upgrades taken. All of the phase 2 buildings have been they've been picked up by Feline Bay, so it is just a question of stone. 500 stone required to phase up. This would be quite interesting if, for all of what we thought was sort of somewhat noobish play by Feline Bay, they look like they're going to end up getting to phase 3 faster. Certainly, although Weird Jokes only needs 1 building, and I think it's being built at the moment. Yeah, the blacksmith has gone down. Is there a market that we've missed? We are seeing 3 towers and a blacksmith. So dispensing with the market. The market usually the first building that I build when I get to phase 2. different approach from... Oh, there is a market, so he's put a market down. Are we going to see a move to phasing up soon from Feelong Bay? They have indeed. They pushed the button on it. They are going to phase 3. We are looking at 14 minutes, population of 157. So 10 behind Weird Jokes again now, but in the same ballpark. Resource-wise, lots of food for Feelong Bay, excess of wood, decent amount of stone and metal. So the balance is there. I like the look of Feelong Bay's balance. I'm just not sure. We'll see how their, how their gamecraft comes into it. That's what it's going to come down to. Things have evened up. When really I think Weird Jokes should have been miles ahead. I don't know if Weird Jokes has been slow. Now, this is an expansion. Is this going to be an expansion or an attack? Where are they heading? A lot of wide open space, and it's space that they've scouted. There is metal resources here. Good wood lines. Is there any stone in there? They are going for CC, not that far from their own territory. They've got the stone here. I'd have thought they'd have gone a bit further up and try and claim some of this metal. This might just fall into their territory. Feelong Bay has reached the city phase. They've reached phase 3. And there is a fort in the making, followed by another couple of barracks there. And a good location for a wood line. The idle horse, who's done absolutely nothing in this game, is still there. It's killed a few chickens, and that has been their sole contribution. Done a little bit of scouting. So, not good. But rather than try and... Oh, so Weird Jokes has also phased up. I was going to say, rather than try and phase up, Weird Jokes has gone for the CC, but in fact, it's done both at the same time. So that's pretty good. There is a fort going up for Weird Jokes as well. It's a very, very deep, it's deep in the territory. Decided not to put it near the CC. They have got the metal there. I didn't see it behind the tree there, so that was to claim that metal there. Inadvertently, this metal also falls into their territory. So, Feelong Bay has got metal here as well, stone just outside the territory there. And an extra stash of stone here, so they're pretty much both sorted for resources to have a proper full-on siege battle. Fort has gone up. We have Vercingetorix, oh no, it's Brennus, not Vercingetorix. I've not seen Brennus in action much, and one ram after. What have we got here? That's where the CC is, and it's a single ram also coming out for Weird Jokes. So we're going to see quite an evenly matched battle. What's it going to come down to? I guess both will have Celtic slingers. Oh, expansion going on here, quite a large expansion. They're not going to be able to build a CC here, so I don't quite know what they're going for. Is this just an attack? Have they got upgrades? Oh yeah, ranged infantry and armor upgrade is in the offing. That's actually... Oh, and here comes an attack. It's the first proper confrontation. We have a first kill, but it's 2 kills for Weird Jokes. So these guys are just charging to their deaths. It's 4-1 at the moment. What are these units then for Feelong Bay? These are... We got 47 Celtic slingers in there, and have they got the arrow upgrade? Let's find the blacksmith a minute. They have got the first ranged upgrade, so with those you could, in theory, take out CC. Everybody's piled into the CC, so there'll be extra arrows firing from there. Feelong Bay is going to be taking damage. It's 8 kills all. So, in terms of lethality, but you don't... A lot of stationary... Yeah, a lot of static standing around changing formation. They're taking a lot of damage. They are going to start falling en masse soon. You can see that now. It's 14 kills, plays 13. But a lot of these guys have been shot up a bit. They are mostly on half health. I know the hero is in there, and the hero probably gives them a bit of an advantage, but it's a temple going up, a ram going through. These are all ranged troops, so I don't think there's much that they're going to be doing about this. We got any spearmen? There's one spearman. Nothing that can stop this ram. So he's actually deploying the ram to try and take out the ranged infantry. So a lot of running about back and forth. We're seeing a counter attack here. There's a ram, while this distraction's going on, he's not sending it straight to the CC, he's retreating. That's a shame. Is this to counter the other ram? Has anybody got anything that will stop rams here? Is it all ranged troops? Brennus might be able to stop him on his own. There are 21 Celtic spearmen in there for weird jokes, so they have got something that could certainly stop a ram if they needed to. Feilong Bay is going for the bigger ranged upgrade. Just going to have a quick look. Well, this battle's going on, and it's definitely going weird jokes is where they've pushed all the way back. They've got 38 kills, plays 25. Another ram comes out. Not looking good for Feilong Bay, and just going to see what upgrades, if we can find that blacksmith. Where did he put the blacksmith? I thought he put it over here. There it is, hidden behind the thing. He's getting ranged upgrades now. What are they building? Is that another fort? They're building a second fort. I don't quite understand that. That seems like a waste of time. You've got a fort right there. There are rams coming out. This one has made it almost to the CC, but it's not gonna live long. It's down to 41 health. Might get one hit on the CC, and then it's gonna get taken down. So questionable siege tactics there from Feilong Bay, but 3 rams bearing down from different sides. 2 rams, a lot of ranged infantry. 3 rams this side, but is anybody getting any sword cav? No sword cav being produced, but Weird Jokes is producing skirmishers and a few long swordsmen. These are pretty lethal against the rams if you get enough of them. 2 or 3 of those near CC, and they'll be able to stop another ram up here. This fort that I think was a bad idea anyway has been denied by the slingers, and these guys are target practice. Population's still pretty close. It is falling for Feilong Bay. It's 162 for Weird Jokes. I've just gone back up to 165. Plays 160. It's dropped to 147, 46 and falling. So Weird Jokes is pretty much socking it to him at the moment. Although Feilong Bay has had a good run there. He got a couple of extra kills. He's actually got more kills now than Weird Jokes. Weird Jokes cannot sneak the rams in around the side. I think he should have just sent one round and sneaked it in on the CC. It's a bit of a stalemate in the middle. Weird Jokes I don't think is... I think he should be winning this comfortably. And he is ahead. And I still fancy his position a hell of a lot more than Feilong Bay. But I think he's making hard work of it. He's let Feilong Bay back into this. Temple goes down right on the border. So he's pushed Feilong Bay right up to the line. There are still a couple of rams there, and we got sword cav, so that is possibly going to be a bit of a game changer. We got 3 of those long swordsmen in there, so they can just chase after. Oh, they're going to cut through these ranged infantry as well. The difference is now significant in terms of population. 159 plays 137. And the kill count's almost identical. It's just slightly in favour of Feilong Bay, 112 plays 109. But Weird Jokes is right here on the doorstep with siege, with the units that can get rid of rams, although he's lost most of them in that melee. So now he needs to make some more anti-ram troops. just the one ram coming out, making the hero again. Brennus obviously bit the bullet somewhere along the lines, and we're attacking female citizens with rams here. So interesting. That is certainly going to have some bearing on the kill count. Female citizens not very good against rams, it has to be said. Is he actually going to deploy these rams on the targets they were intended, i.e. buildings? They just seem to be hovering around over here. They've certainly seen off most of those women, but interesting. It's a long way. I wonder why Weird Jokes doesn't build another fort closer. He's making the longswordsmen. They are coming down. Really, that is... it's a long way for them to go. It's not very efficient. He hasn't got the resources to make another fort at the moment. He's have to do everything from the back of the base. Feeling Bay's just waiting for waves of attacks. But this is significant. The rams have come in. The women again are trying to cause and bother. But they're having a good go. They've stopped the rams getting to the CC. There's not much else that can. There's only one no spearman in there. So one of them is going to get to the CC, and that could be it. In come infantry from the north. They are having a skirmish up here. And it's lower diminishing returns here for Phelan Bay. Population's dropping. It's about to drop below 100. Plays 159. So Weird Jokes has kept his population levels normal. We are 24 minutes in. And Weird Jokes has pulled the rams out. I can't believe he didn't leave them in there. They didn't get as far as inflicting any damage on the CC that I could see. Going after a few houses. And it's not working out for that. He's lost all of his rams. So, very strange. And they're all looking at each other like, okay, what do we do now? I don't think they're sure. Let's have a look, see if we can see any upgrades. Just finding the... Phelan Bay has got the full load of ranged upgrades. He is upgrading the priests, and he's got a load of priests in this contingent here. There's 9 of them. So they're going to be absolutely high on religion, and you'll have to shoot them a lot more times to kill them. But in amongst that, we have 54 slingers, 15 spearmen, 5 skirmishers, 6 of those longswordsmen, 5 sword cavalry, and 1 raiding cavalry. So it's still quite a force. Let's have a look. What's going on here? Is this a raiding party? Are they looking for soft targets? They're not going to find any. They run straight into a whole load of infantry, so they're going to die very quickly. Flattened with a ram. What a way to go. Let's have a look at the upgrades from Weird Jokes. He hasn't got the top ranged upgrade. He has got full armor. Nothing else coming out of the fort, and no sign of another fort being deployed. So yeah, it's an interesting one. They just seem to be content to keep each other at arm's length, feeling a top player would have probably been constantly harassing and haranguing. Not many soft targets here. You don't want to run into slingers. Are they going to come in on the fields? Or I don't know what the plan here is. Phelan Bay is low on food, so it would certainly put the squeeze on his production. Sword Cav, so they are pretty good against female citizens. Most of them have abandoned their fields. There's not that many left. So some cheap kills here, certainly. And a few more here. But Phelan Bay is launching a counter. Is he going to try and put a CC in the gap? Hasn't got the resources for that. This is a flank maneuver. Are they trying... Is Weird Jokes aware of this? No, he's not. So he's skirted past. Oh, he would have seen this now. Will he react? Lots of infantry and everything coming in. Now let's see the full picture. So these guys have come round the flank. Weird Jokes knows they're there, and I think that could have been a disastrous move. They've had to backtrack a little. But it wasn't a ruse for anything. There were no secret rams sneaking up on the CC or anything. Literally, it was, we're just going to go round the blind side and stand here. A lot of priests in there, 11 of them, so they're going to be quite well protected. Phelon Bay did quite well to get his population back up to something respectable, but it's 190 plays 156. So it's numbers versus strength. He sent the ram in this side, not using the rams for what they are intended. They are pretty good at mashing up range units, there's no doubt about it, but as soon as he puts them in range, sees there's horses there, he pulls them away. And there are 2 rams here that could well be being pushed down. You know, there's not much in the way of cover. You could sneak one round the side. There is a bit of cover down there, but that's slingers, so I don't really know what long-term strategy either player has here. It's curious. Using rams as assault weapons rather than siege weapons. Phelon Bay's little assault has ended in what I think is a pretty bloody defeat. It's down to just over a dozen very wounded troops and a couple of priests. So be a huge pile of corpses over here. There they are. This must surely be close to the end now with 100 population lead. Rams coming in, nothing being produced in the fort, and only single figures being produced from barracks for Phelon Bay. Is this the beginning of the end? We are 28 minutes in. 28 minutes and 50 odd seconds. Coming up for the half-hour mark. I would like to see Weird Jokes be a bit more brutal and a bit more decisive. I don't like this reinforcing from the fort at the rear of the base. I like to see a fort a bit further forward. We are seeing a whole load of troops queued up, but he's at pop max, so as soon as Phelon Bay kills anything, more troops will pop out to replace them, and if he's smart, he's probably lined them up on various sites for mining or hunting. More buildings going up here. It's another temple. You got any priests in amongst it? No. It's like building all these temples. Weird Jokes has not gone in for priests at all. Still just the 2 for Phelon Bay, the surviving 2 that were not massacred in that, I would say, folly of a raid that he did earlier. You get the feeling Phelon Bay is only prolonging the inevitable. Not been able to build up numbers anywhere near as quick. Low on food. We have a raid going in now, so that's why. So a lot of the farmers are being taken out, and CC is surely going to fall this time. Nothing that Phelon Bay can do to stop this. They've just come in through the blind side, and the CC is history. And I don't believe... Oh, they've left it. They're going for capture. That could be sneaky. Have they got enough there to affect the capture? It's nearly 50% of the way captured. They can't go into the CC because it's too badly damaged, but they can kill the infantry around it. So they've recovered that situation. They haven't stopped the main problem, which is the rams. That has cost them. They've had to pull back, and the population's down to 85 for Phelon Bay. And in come the infantry. The fort's still there. More troops coming in, and I think they got this now. They are repairing the CC, and once it's repaired to a certain degree, they will certainly be able to put people in it. They haven't yet. There is a ram coming outside. It's Phelon Bay's ram. It's still taking out ranged infantry. The rams here have retreated. They're going to go the long way round. It's curious. Nothing touching that ram. It's all ranged guys here at the moment. There is the odd spearman, but this, yeah. I think Phelong Bay is being eradicated in this attack. It's just too many slingers. The ram is not an effective weapon. I'm looking out for rams trying to come the long way around. Where have they got to? Yeah, there's one attack. The 4, I think the 4 is just about going to survive. That one's going to get destroyed. Still going for the capture. There's only 3 women in it. That is a huge mistake from Phelong Bay. He repaired the CC. He's now destroying his own form of CC. They cannot take out this ram. There it goes. That was a little bit embarrassing. So some self-destructive tactics from both players. Phelong Bay is in trouble because he's got no... he's down to a population of 27. He can't build anything. Can't build a new CC. He's got no troops. This is a surefire resigner here, surely. He is making rams from the fort. But he's about to lose this one to the swords. Out comes another ram. More troops coming in. This is a guaranteed losing position. I can't believe Phelong Bay let the CC go like that. Having repaired it, saved it from the rams. Didn't garrison it with only garrisoned it with 3 women, and it was ripe for the capture. So yeah, disaster. Absolutely threw it back in the fire. Unfortunately, Phelong Bay, he was in that game. I don't think Weird Jokes executed a brilliant strategy on him. He was always ahead, but yeah, I think a better player would have had Weird Jokes in all kinds of trouble, and a better player probably would have dealt with Phelong Bay probably after about 20 minutes. And we're just waiting for the inevitable. They've got a capture on that fort. This surely is it. There is no way back from here for Phelong Bay at all. There we go. Phelong Bay has resigned. And you've got to say probably about time too, actually. Right, let's have a look at how that broke down. So, scores 14,986 for Weird Jokes, plays 11,530, a wide margin of victory. And military scores were a little closer, but certainly on economy. Phelong Bay generally outplayed by Weird Jokes. In the killing stakes, 1.2. Plays 0.83 kill death ratio, so Weird Jokes was always a more effective killing machine. Techs, nobody got the really high end ones like Will to Fight. Phelong Bay got the maximum ranged upgrade, and at one point it looked like, in combination with the priests that he'd upgraded, that groups of slingers could cause real damage, but he never ate into Weird Jokes' population enough. Weird Jokes went in for armor, didn't bother with priests, and was much more efficient at producing the rams. I think putting the fort right at the back, he won the game, so it worked for him. But yeah, a few newbie errors from Phelong Bay. But in the middle of that, when it looked like Weird Jokes was going to get away population-wise, suddenly Phelong Bay found the button to make more citizens and leveled it up. I would say, in truth, it shouldn't have been close. Weird Jokes should have had that wrapped up between 20-25 minutes. I think he had his foot hovering over the accelerator without really depressing it too much. interesting tactics with the Rams. He just outproduced him, had better position, and when it came to the business end of the game, Phelan Bay made that critical blunder of rescuing his CC and then letting it fall into enemy hands and then having to destroy it himself. Utter disaster there, absolute disaster. But congratulations to Weird Jokes, who incidentally submitted the game. So continuing that grand tradition of people submitting games that they've won. I think I've only ever had one where somebody had lost and was good enough to submit the game, but you always know that. But massive thanks to Weird Jokes. He submitted that a while back. It's been in the queue, so good to get onto that one. Commiserations to Phelan Bay. Better luck next time. Few things to learn. If you see this, there are quite a few things to learn in terms of mistakes made. But good performance from Weird Jokes. Good, enjoyable game. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do leave a comment, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell icon to be notified of future episodes. If you'd like one of your matches featured on the show, see the video description of how you can submit your replays. And if you can't wait for the next episode, then why not check out these playlists in the end titles for more replays, commentary, and tutorials on 0 AD Newbie Rush. I'll see you in the next video.